Dylan Cox for Seconds Out here with Frank Warren. Frank, it's a massive fight, but more importantly, it's a real fight.
That's it. There's a lot of world title fights going on at the moment. There's some great world champions around, but this is a fight between, in my opinion, two guys at the top of their game. And they both have styles that I think complement a great fight. You know, Andy, in his last few fights, he's been behind on points, and certainly not so much the Quillen fight, but the fights before that, he came out and he blasted people away, and he was an underdog in all those fights and came through and done the business. And he's gone from strength to strength. Bill's done everything that's been asked of him. You know, he started off representing, like Andy did, his country in the Olympic Games. He'd done everything he could do as an amateur, winning lots of different titles. He's won the British, Commonwealth, European title. He's fought his way to the mandatory position, and I think you know, he thoroughly deserves his opportunity and his chance, and I think this is going to be something a little bit special.
Billy's got a fight on Friday night. Are you a little bit worried about that?
Yeah, well, listen, it's part of the deal. He had to have it. Otherwise, come September, he'd been out of the ring for nearly a year. So we get the cobwebs out of his system, both physically and mentally, and make sure that going into the fight, he's 100% focused on and prepared for what he needs to do, because he's going into the other guy's backyard.
Now, Andy Lee is a genuine world champion, as you've said, and he's won the title off Korobov, and then he's defended against Quillen, both decent fighters, and Quillen a big puncher. But Billy Joe's not had an easy ride either. When you look back through the fights, it seems he's been matched very well. You know, he's faced the likes of John Ryder, Spike O'Sullivan, who's getting a lot of press now. He was getting a lot of press today. But maybe people forget, and I think the Chris Eubank fight was actually, as an event and as a fight, was a tough fight for Billy, but a learning fight. Do you think he's ready for this big step?
I think he is, and if you think, I think his last, I can't remember the exact number, so his last 5 or 6 opponents have all been undefeated. And I can't think of too many boxers in the world today who've had that run of fighting undefeated fighters, but he has. And he's come through each one of them. Tough fights that he's learnt from, but I think they've all put me in good stead for where he's going, and that's Limerick on the 19th of September, and he's looking to come away with that belt.
Now, we love a good outdoor show as boxing fans and as the press, and you did a big one, obviously, Chisora a few years ago, but you've been involved in many over the years. 33 screaming Irish fans. We saw, I mean, it's a different sport, obviously, in MMA, but we saw Conor McGregor taking a big Irish fan base over to the States there. Are you expecting a very loud, raucous crowd?
I'm expecting the Irish fans are very knowledgeable, and they like their boxing, and if somebody gives obviously Andy's going to be their hero, and you can understand that. But if somebody gives their hero a good fight, they appreciate it. They're not looking for knockouts. They're looking for a good fight, and they'll get that. And I'm quite sure at the end of the day they'll be very appreciative of what Bill brings to the table. And but there'll be a lot of Brits there as well. There'll be some people going. There's tickets are on sale over here, and you can buy them through Eventum, and there'll be a lot of Brits there, and there'll be about 4 or 5 other Brits fighting on the card.
Just to digress slightly from this, Bill, obviously big news that Fury and Klitschko has been signed. What are your views on that fight? I'm not 100% sure myself. Has a broadcaster been secured for that fight yet? And you were going to be in the purse bids, but then obviously they came to a last minute arrangement. Could you just talk a little bit about that whole fight, I guess?
Oh, it's what happened. It's I don't want to talk about it too much at the moment, but as far as it's always been a good fight. It's a tough fight. It's a tougher fight for Tyson now. He's going to Germany, but it's a fight that he deserves. He's fought his way to the #1 position.
And no news on the broadcasting yet?
I don't know anything at the moment.
Great. Well, best of luck with this event, Frank, and good to speak to you again.
Yeah, mate. Cheers.